Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start a new topic, which is software. Now, what is software? As we all know that in computer system we are having two parts. One is hardware and the other one is software. And software is the collection of programs that are stored and run on computer hardware. I think it is pretty much clear to all of you. Now next thing, what is the purpose of software or why we need a software? Since as we all know that software is a collection of programs, right, or it's a computer codes which are needed to perform a specific task. If a computer is not having a software, it is similar like a car without a driver. Means that machine doesn't know how to work and what to work. So the purpose of software is to help users to work on the computer, because we all know that computer works on binary language or the binary code, which is 0 or 1, and users are directly not able to understand the binary codes, that because of which we need a high level language. It directs all the peripheral devices. Peripheral devices means those devices which are externally connected to the CPU or the systems. It directs them to what to do and how to perform a task. And next one, it plays a role of mediator between the user and the computer hardware. Here you can see that we are having a diagram where we are having two types of software, system software and application softwares, which are encircled around the hardware, because at the base we are having a hardware which comprises of CPU, RAM, disk and other things. After that we are having a system software on which we are having an operating system, and after that we are having application softwares. Now moving towards further and exploring the types of software. We are having two types of software. One is system software and the other one is application software. What is a system software? It controls the internal computer operation. Why it controls the internal computer operation? Because it is the base, or you can say it is in between the application software and the hardware. After that, what is application software? It carried out the necessary operations for a specified application or function. Now, in system software, we are having two types of software further. One is for system management and other one is for developing softwares, which are further divided into three categories. Same in application software, we are having a general purpose software and the other one is specific purpose software, which are having two further categories, and we are going to explore in our next slide. Now, system software. What is a system software? It consists of several programs which are directly responsible for controlling, integrating and managing the individual hardware components of a computer system. In a simple layman structure, we can say that computer is a machine. It is made up of a hardware, okay, and we are having a binary language for computer. Now the system software which are directly working on the hardware, these are responsible for controlling, integrating and managing it. Next one, it provides the interface between the user and the component, because a person can't directly work on hardware, okay, as these are written in assembly languages. So we need a high level language, and for that we need a software. It is written in low level language. Low level means binary language, or you can say that the machine language which works on the binary digit 0 and 1. Now its first part, which is system management. What is a system management software? System management software, it includes all the integrated system of the programs. Integrated means those which are connected to others, one and others, which manage the operation of processor, controls input output, manages storage resources and provide various support services. Okay, now we can explain it better with the help of the example. First one, what operating system? Operating system is a kind of system management software. What is an operating system? As we all know that it provides the link between the hardware and the user. When we are booting or we are switching on our laptop or the computers, the first thing that we get is operating system, which works on how to manage the hardware on the system. It consists of programs which controls, coordinates and supervises the activities of various components of a computer system. A software which is written with the objective of making a device functional when it is connected to the computer. For example, you can say that it is an interface between the device and the user. For example, we want to use a printer. Now we need to install the driver which is related to printer in our computer, else we are not able to take the printout from the computer. Same case, if we want to use a headphone or the microphone or other things on the computer, they are having specialized drivers which are installed on that system. So these are the next one is system utilities. One more thing, students, device drivers are not independent programs. They assist and are assisted by the operating system for proper functioning. You can check out the device drivers and the properties of various programs. If you go to the control panel and you go to a particular thing, for suppose you want to check the microphone, then you go to the control panel and then to the hardware and sound, and then you can check the microphone. So you can check whether the prescribed or the specified device driver is there for the microphone or not. Now coming towards the system utilities, these programs perform tasks related to the maintenance of computer system. Maintenance of computer system means when something is installed on the system, then they are used to support, enhance, expand and secure the existing programs. For example, you are having disk compression. All of you I think have used the compression tool. Okay, next one, disk fragmenters. We are also having disk fragmenters. If anybody is putting or you can say that booting a new window or something, then they are having a hard disk and they are dividing it into separate parts. We are having local disk like C, D, E, F in our laptops or in our computer system. What is it? It is done by the help of disk fragmenters. Next one, backup utilities. I think all of you are familiar with these things. Backup utilities. Many of you have recovered your files or taken the backup of other things. That is the backup utilities or the backup to restore data. Next one, disk cleaners. These are the most familiar tools which you people are using. Disk cleaner is there in your mobile system also. You're having a app named Cleaner, and the other one most important which we are using is antivirus. Yes dear, antivirus is also a system utility. Now shifting towards our next portion, developing software. What is a developing software? It is a software which provides service required for development and execution of a application software. Okay, that means the programming language, translators, loaders, linkers, those things which are required to develop a software comes into this portion, which is a developing software. First one, programming language. What is a programming language? It is an artificial language because it is not in our manuscripts earlier. So it's an artificial language to express computation. As we all know that computer is an electronic device and computer means to compute. A computation that can be performed by a computer. We all know that we are having 4 types of languages. One is low level language, okay, which is a machine language. Next one is assembly language, then medium level language, and after that we are having high level language. Machine language is 0-1, assembly language which works on the mnemonics code, machine language, medium level language which serves as a bridge between raw hardware and the computer system. Last one is high level language which is a machine independent language and uses translator. Machine independent means it can be applied to any machine irrespective of their machine code or their combinations. Okay, now coming to its next one, translators, assemblers, interpreters and compiler. What is a translator? A language translator helps in converting programming languages to machine language. Simple. We all know that if you can say that in a layman structure, if a person knows a Japanese language and you people are not able to speak Japanese, and that person is a translator for you people, because that person understands the Japanese language and it translates that language to you in your medium of understanding. Or you can say that next example we are having is Google Translator over here. Okay, next one we are having three parts: assemblers, interpreters and compiler. First one, what is assembler? It is used to convert the assembly language into machine language. Just remember it by the name, children. Assembler, assembly. Okay, so assembler means the language which is converting assembly language into machine language. Next one, interpreter. Interpreter are those type of language processors which convert a high level language into a machine level language line by line. For suppose I am having a code of 6 lines and that language processor is converting that code to machine language line by line, then it is interpreter. And if that processor is converting the source code which is written in the machine language which is written in the high level language directly into the machine language, then it is compiler. Okay, keep this thing in your mind, the difference between the three. Assembler connecting to assembly, it is converting assembly language to machine language. Okay, interpreter converting high level language to machine language. Compiler converting high level language to machine language, but interpreter converting it line by line and compilers converting it in a single go. Next one, what is linker and what is a loader? Now, a linker is a system program that links together several object modules and libraries to form a single coherent program. That means we can understand in a simple way. We are having a program which is containing several functions and several packages and several modules, okay, and libraries, and it is forming a single program, that is an executable one. For example, you are having MS Office in your system, okay. In that we are having MS Word separately, MS PowerPoint, MS Notebook, Outlook and other things, okay. So these are the separate modules and having separate libraries. Now they are putting it in a single one, which is MS Office, which is an executable program. So linker is used to link that program with the libraries and the other hardware or system softwares, right? Next one, what is a loader? A loader is a kind of system software which is responsible for loading and relocation of the executable program in the memory. We are saying that CPU is the brain of computer, so linking CPU control unit is linking the input and the output and the memory and the ALU with everything. It is working on it. It's a linker. Now if we are linking something and we want the output, we need a memory to store it. That is a loader, which is used to load and relocate the program in the main memory, because we need to check the result, then it should be in the main memory, okay, so that we will easily fetch it out. So this is the function of loader. We are revising it again. First one, that is a system software. What is a system software? Simply, it is responsible for controlling and integrating the system. Next one, system management. System management, it includes the integration of system programs. You can understand or you can revise it with the help of the other three parts of it, that is operating system, device drivers and system utilities. What these are used for? Basically, these are used for operating on the processor. These are used to manage the resources. Okay, next one, these providers supporting various services. Okay, let us integrate it one by one. First thing, operating system. what is operating system? It provides the operations, or you can say that it is an interface between the user and the hardware, which is used to link the processor with the user to understand the languages. Fine. Next one, device drivers. They are used to manage our input and output devices and the other resources. Next one, system utilities, which are used to provide us the various support services like disk fragmenter, cleaner, backup utilities, antivirus, etc. Okay, now developing software. Developing means, just understand by the name, developing means we are developing the system management softwares. How we are able to develop the system management softwares? By the help of programming languages, because we have to write our code in the form of a language, the programs, and it belongs to a particular language. We are having three types of languages. Okay, one is binary language, which is a basic one, or the machine language. After that, assembly language. Some people are considering that we are having three languages: binary, assembly, and high level. And some are considering it as four, because they are considering it as middle level language, and then they are taking it as high level language. Okay, binary language, that is a machine 0 1. Assembly language, which is used with mnemonics. Middle level, that is we can consider it C. And after that, high level language, which we are going to study further. This is Python, Java, etc. These are the high level language. After that, we are having translators, assemblers, interpreters, and compilers. What are all these? These are the language processors. Okay, what is translator? Translators are the language processor which are used to convert one language to the other language. Fine. First one is assembler. What is assembler? Assembler means assembly, that is used to convert assembly language to binary language. It is used to convert assembly language to binary language. Next one, interpreter. Interpreter is used to convert high level language to binary language or the machine language. Okay, interpreter is used to convert high level language to machine language or binary language. Same case with the compilers. Compilers also used to convert high level language to machine language, but interpreter converted line by line and compiler converted in a single go. It converts the complete program into its object code, single go. Next one is linker and loader. What is linker used for? Linker is used to link the coherent programs with the hardware and the other system programs, whereas loader is used to loading it and reallocate the program in the main memory. Okay, now we are moving towards our next topic, which is application software. What is an application software? Application software is a computer software basically which is designed to help the user to perform a single or multiple tasks, or you can say that it is a set of instructions or program designed for specific uses or application. Okay, it enables the user to interact with the computer. You can also say that application softwares are the end user programs. What kind of softwares these are? These are the end user programs. Why it is an end user program? Because normally they work on the high level language and users directly using it. Next one, general purpose software, which are basically designed to perform the general task. For example, Word. What is a word processing software? I think all of you are familiar with it because it is a software program which is capable of creating, sorting and printing of documents. Okay, next one we are having the presentation software, so the PowerPoint, which is used, even I'm using it also, which is used to show or explain the contents of a topic to an audience or learner visually. We are using the visual effects with it. Next one is Excel, which is used to refer, or you can say it is also referred to as electronic spreadsheet. Computer to accept the data in a tabular form and allows us, or you can say the user, to create and manipulate spreadsheets electronically. Next one we are having image editors. Image editors, we are having different tools like you can say Photoshop and GIMP and the other ones, Adobe and other things. In fact, after image editors we are having one more, which is DBMS, that is a database management system which is responsible for sorting, manipulating and utilizing the database. After that we are having a specific purpose of softwares which are designed to perform a specific task. These type of applications generally has a single purpose, okay, like reservation system, attendance system, billing system, report card generator. What are these? These are basically focusing on single type only, okay. In general purpose software, we are not only having Word, PowerPoint, Excel, or image editors. One more, I have told you that it is a DBMS, and there can be a desktop publishing softwares, there can be graphics softwares, there can be multimedia softwares. Same case with specific purpose softwares. There can be inventory management software, purchasing system, payroll, and other accounting software like Tally and other systems, okay. So children, today our chapter is completed in this, okay. So thank you children. After that we will start our next chapter from day after tomorrow.